welcome back to our channel. My name is Shay. I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari.
I am Tyler, part-time seller on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay.
And today's video is going to be 6 things that we no longer do as full-time resellers.
Yeah, well, 6 things that she doesn't do that I am tangentially related to for some of them.
Yeah, so if you enjoy that type of content, if you like reseller videos, make sure that you click the subscribe button and click the little notification bell so you're notified every time we post new videos. We post new videos every Sunday and Wednesday. And we are going to start a new tradition type thing on this channel where Tyler is going to attempt to wear a new shirt.
So I'm going to dramatically increase my wardrobe.
Yeah, so we're going to thrift them.
Yes, so thrifted t-shirt, paid a few bucks for it. I have a few others. One of them I cannot wear. It's not video appropriate.
But if you like that and you want us to do more of that, give us a comment down below about his t-shirt. Tell us that you like it. Tell us that you don't like it. Say something about, was it Game of Thrones?
It's definitely Game of Thrones.
Something like that. The more comments you give us, one, it helps our channel, but it's also going to encourage him to actually change up his wardrobe. Because if you're following this channel at all, you know that he has like 2 shirts.
They're both classics. They're both, how dare you? Yes. They're both fantastic.
But help encourage me, guys. He needs those comments. Those are going to help him. So make sure that you do that. But anyways, let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get started. What's the first one?
So the first one here is shopping all categories.
Yes. So back when we started, and back when you were brand new at this, you would either go by yourself or with me. Neither of us knew what we were doing.
No.
So we would do every section of the thrift store, including silverware.
We did.
And
I think my first ever thrifted item was a doll that I still have.
Oh God, that thing is just, please take it, somebody, for the love of God. It's so terrifying. But yes, a doll, you have the plates still.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah, we had no idea what we were doing, and we just did the entire store trying to find anything that would work.
Yeah, so now that we know a little bit more, we kind of focus on the categories that do well for us, and we also focus on seasons. So like currently right now, if we go into a thrift store, we're probably going to be looking at pants, shoes, dresses, maybe jeans, and DVDs. That's our main categories. Now we will venture outside of that if we have more time. If we found brands that we know are likely to be in something else, like for example, if we found Acris or St. John or something, we may venture into the blazer section because we know that they have it.
I'm so disappointed about that. She's bringing that up because she wants to hurt me. So I found a Acris dress at the store, and it had stains and holes in it. We couldn't take it home. It was gorgeous, like a 50s gal meets glam kind of Acris dress, full-length maxi, and just soul crushing that we had to leave it behind.
Yes, that is true. But yes, so we do focus our attention on things that are selling. Okay, so number 2 is the Mannequin. So when I started reselling, I kind of looked at what other people were doing, and I thought that the Mannequin looked way more professional. So I went ahead and I ordered one on Amazon pretty quick.
Yeah, it was early on, and I think this was well before you had the tips to use the editing apps on your phone.
Yeah.
And so the photos did come out better with the Mannequin, at least originally, but tip, do not put it in a dark corner of your house and then forget you have it, because it's terrifying.
Yeah, so one, I'm a little terrified of the whole concept of a item that looks like a person but isn't. So that was one thing. But 2, it actually makes the listing process slower for me. The velvet part of the Mannequin, which I know you can put a covering on, but we haven't gotten around to that, makes the clothing hard to take on and off. I also just find it really difficult to find a spot in our house where you can actually take a really good photo that doesn't require an extensive amount of editing. We have a very small house, very little spots where lighting is possible. It's just a really difficult thing. So I've moved over into just hanging the items, and I find it works just as well, if not better.
I think it works way better. It's faster. It's easier for you to take the photos and be done. Use the editing apps, and you're good to go. Yeah.
So if you like mannequins, that's not to say not to use them. It's just for us, it's just not something that was useful for us. Okay, number 3, which is kind of related, is worrying about taking the perfect photo. So I came from, when I started reselling, I came from doing Instagram. We used to do game reviews on Instagram and get free board games and other types of reviews as well.
Yeah, this is a lot of criticism directed at me because I'm terrible with photos.
It's not criticism.
And I took billions and billions of photos for her Instagram, and they were all failures.
Not just that, but I was used to having to take these perfect photos to do branded content. I didn't have a big following or anything like that, which is why it was more important for me to make sure I got that perfect shot, because I knew that in order to be noticed at all, I needed to stand out. So when I came over into this, where photos was how you made the money, I thought it had to be perfect. I thought you had to have the perfect lighting, perfect angle, perfect everything. And come to find out, that is not the case. We often post photos that are, okay.
I love how she includes we in that. That's she very much posts the photos. But really it doesn't matter. It's more important to get the item listed and get it up in front of the buyer, because you can always retake the photos if they're not great. And who knows? Somebody might just come along and say, you know what? I've seen enough. I want to buy it. Yeah.
So what's really important is making sure that you take a photo of the flaws, make sure the photos are clear, and make sure you get the whole item in a shot. So we don't really worry too much about it being perfect. There are times that I will go back and retake photos, especially if the item is super wrinkled and it's just not moving, or maybe if the item's getting a ton of attention, but I can't understand what's not making it move. Maybe the price is great, and then I might change the photo because maybe that's turning someone off. But for the most part, we haven't noticed the photos really impacting us, so we don't worry all that much about it.
Next is my category, right? And this is TLC. So we originally would pick up things that were maybe flawed or were good brand but needed some extra effort to get them into selling condition. And we've found out that that does not work for us, because I currently still work a job. I have a huge backlog of things that I need to correct, and they just don't get done in a timely manner. So it's way better, way more cost effective to find items that don't have the same cosmetic issues or are just ready to go.
Yeah.
Photo and list, and you're good to go. That's way better.
Yeah, and I will say that there are items that we still end up with flaws because we missed it at the thrift store, or maybe the item is just worth enough money that we think it's worth our time. So we will do that, and we end up with plenty of items that have to be fixed anyway. So that's fine. And I know there's people that are going to say, well, why does he fix all the items? Why don't you? And there are items that I will fix, but I will just be honest, if it's not something that is going to make me a ton of money and it's already flawed, it kind of puts to the back burner. I would rather list things that are going to make me money right away. It's just something I'm terrible at. Let's just be real.
I also have the quirk where I actually don't mind the tedious things. So I'll sit there. Yeah, she's not a very patient person. I will sit there and stitch something or work on a stain, and I find it relaxing to do that. So
yeah. So anyways, for our business personally, it's not something that we will do. However, there is a video coming soon that has all to do with repair items, and you will see that soon. The next category is brand obsession. So when we started, I did not come from a fashion world. I don't know if you can tell by my wardrobe, but I am not a fashionable person. I don't really
You're saying that in a soft surroundings dress.
This is something I'm selling. Okay, let's be real. So anyways, I don't really care that much about fashion. I didn't really know much. I know a lot more now, but we didn't know much. So in order to start reselling, we kind of had to go off of what other people were saying and just kind of assume that it must be good because other people are saying
We also assumed incorrectly that we would never find things. We thought we would never find Free People. We thought we would never find Anthropology. It's everywhere. You will find it no matter where you go.
Yeah. So we would go into a store, and if we found something like that, we would just purchase it on site just because, oh my God, we're never going to find this again. We need to buy it. We did care about money. I've always been kind of cost conscious. So we did care if it was too expensive or something like that. But style was not something we paid attention to because we didn't know what style was. We didn't understand.
Madewell t-shirt, $5. Sure.
Yeah.
And they don't go.
Right. So we have changed that. We don't shop based on brand alone anymore. Now we do definitely look for brands, but we also pair that with style. Yeah. We also pair that with what we have been personally selling. And I will also venture outside of brands that are known just based on, you know, look of it, look of the tag,
feel, condition,
fabric, all of that type of thing. So we definitely changed how we source, and it's definitely impacted our bottom line for sure.
Probably for the better, I would hope.
Probably,
definitely for the better.
Definitely. And then finally, the last one is the 30-minute method. So we did a video on this way back before we had a decent camera and any sound editing whatsoever.
Before we edited anything, so the lighting was not right and the sound was awful.
Right, but we talked about the 30-minute method. Now, I want to be clear, I am not saying the 30-minute method doesn't work, because it does. It absolutely helped me grow my business. It absolutely helped me get to where I am. However, now that I am full-time, the 30-minute method just doesn't work for me. I need to do more than that. But basically, if you don't know what the 30-minute method is, it was created by, I think her name was Lynn Cromar. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name correctly. But basically, the idea behind it was that you needed to do stuff on Poshmark for at least 30 minutes a day to keep that activity flowing. So it required, I believe, listing 3 items, welcoming new poshers, sharing other people's closets, sharing your own, I believe, and maybe relisting. I don't remember exactly. But I used to do it consistently, and I was bringing in sales. But now I sell on 3 different platforms, and I put my energy into listing more items, doing more research, relisting items, all of that type of thing. Plus, I list more than 3 items a day.
Well, I also think that you are hitting the more than the recommended activity just because you have more time to do it. So it's kind of redundant to be on Poshmark for 30 minutes a day. You're on there well more than that. So
yes. But if you are just starting out, and if you are really kind of looking for the daily sales and you're not finding that, and Poshmark is your main platform, I definitely recommend checking it out. You can find it by typing it into YouTube. You can find it by typing it into Facebook. They actually have a group, Poshmark Analytics, I believe is the name of the Facebook group. And they're wonderful people, and they've come up with a great system that does work. It's just for us personally, because we're full-time, it's just not enough. So we have to do more. But yeah, so that is everything that we are currently not doing.
Yes, we have stopped doing those things.
But bonus.
I'm usually the bonus content on the channel. What do you have?
Bonus content in what a work in progress is no longer comparing myself to other resellers. Now, this is something that you have been helping me with. I am terrible. I am terrible. Okay, so let's go into this. The reason I say that this is important to do, and the reason I'm speaking it into existence, is because everybody has a different journey. Everybody sells different items. Everybody is at a different place in their business. And it is impossible to compare yourself to somebody else. Nobody is selling the exact same items as you at the exact same time. So it's not apples to apples. Don't say fruit can't be compared, please.
Well, it's just you have a tendency to compare yourself to the people that are already so well established, and you get down on yourself, and it's sad to see that, because you're doing so well, and I'm so happy with your progress, and I just want you to see what I see.
Oh, he's so cute. But yes, so it is really important that you don't compare, and I am still working on that. I am still trying really hard. It is really hard sometimes to see those numbers and realize that we're not hitting them. We are kind of a middle of the road seller. We're definitely not top of the line there, but we're working on it, and we're getting better every day, and that is what counts, and that is what matters. So I will speak that into existence. We are no longer comparing ourselves to other resellers, and hopefully you guys will speak that into existence as well. But that is everything we have.
Yeah.
So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that you guys found it interesting, and I would love to know what you guys are no longer doing, no matter what spot in your journey you are. What have you stopped doing? What have you found doesn't benefit your business anymore? It would be so helpful, I'm sure, for plenty of people watching, as well as for us to hear from you guys.
We want to know what you stopped doing, because if we're still doing it and we have a reason not to, we're both lazy.
I'm all about saving time,
yes.
so let me know. Okay,
yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you all for watching.